Good afternoon and welcome to today's interview here on TVGCC. We are broadcasting today at our campus studio at Guam Community College down here at beautiful Manila, Guam. And now our guest you may all know and love, Count Amygdala.
Good afternoon. I am Count Amygdala.
Count Amygdala, welcome to our show. There's been a lot of talk about you lately, and what everybody wants to know is where are you really from?
Well, I'm a dense group of neurons. Actually, I'm your amygdala.
What?
I'm from your brain.
So why are you here exactly?
Well, I'm here because I'm in control. Yes, I'm the earliest and most basic part of your brain. I'm located near the base of your brainstem and behind your temporal lobe. I am the influence on your initial reactions. I deal with danger and quick reactions. Oh, I am in control of the 4 F's. You know, fighting, fleeing, feeding, and sexual activity. Much of your emotional reaction starts with me. Without me, you might take risks that would be fatal.
Well, hold on a minute. So you are part of the limbic system.
That's true.
And that is important. And now you are part of that instant reaction of my mind. You were there during man's reptilian beginning, but now man has evolved a great deal. Now I've developed temporal lobe, my parietal lobe, my occipital lobe, and most especially my frontal lobe, which helps me control you.
Okay.
Evolutionarily speaking, I'm so over you.
I am angry.
Not so fast.
Okay.
Let's look at this film so we can understand you, Count Amygdala, a little bit better.
Okay.
Today, scientists are beginning to examine exactly where anger comes from.
The brain perceives a lot of information, both from the outside world and from inside the body. And there is one part of the brain called the amygdala that serves the function of sifting through all that information and asking one question. Is this a threat? Is this something I should worry about?
Dr. Reuben Gur has zeroed in on the amygdala as the key instigator of anger. This walnut-sized lobe can quickly overwhelm the brain with uncontrollable rage.
Once there is a perception of danger, there is a cascade of responses in the body that includes changes in heart rate, in blood pressure, in sweating. It makes your body ready to fight or flee.
The amygdala is a primitive part of the brain. It exists because the human brain is made up of layers that were added on top of each other over the millions of years of evolution.
All those other older brains are still alive and well inside your own brain. So you have a part of you that thinks like a dog, and you have a part of you that thinks like a crocodile, and a part of you that thinks like a monkey.
The amygdala creates an automatic fight or flight response.
So according to this clip, you're old and think like a monkey.
But you need me. And what about all the dangers in the world? If you are suddenly confronted by a snake, you will need to act immediately. Without me, you will be using that complicated and slow frontal lobe that you have developed. And before you know it, you'll have already been bitten and be dead. I keep you in a state of alert. Sure, maybe I'm primitive, but that fear is necessary in this jungle we live in. Here, watch this film.
Fear is so important for our survival, we do something absolutely remarkable. Our bodies begin to react to a threat before we're even consciously aware of what the threat might be. Because when we're faced with danger, milliseconds count. At the first hint of danger, early warning signals are sent to the brain via the optic nerve to our tiny and primitive fear center, the amygdala. This prepares our body for action. Next, nerve pulses are fired down the spinal cord to the adrenal glands near our kidneys. This triggers a release of adrenaline. Now we're on full alert. Adrenaline is the vital hormone that can flood our body in a split second. As it reaches our lungs, we breathe more deeply and take in more oxygen. It also makes our heart beat faster. Oxygen-rich blood is diverted to our muscles. They are now charged springs, waiting for the signal to run or fight. All this before our conscious mind has even registered a threat. This reaction to fear has evolved over millions of years and is known as the fight or flight response.
Okay, Count. Okay, Count, calm down. Let's think this all the way through.
I don't want to. I want to react.
Okay, I know you are an important part of my reactions. You are the center of emotions and can determine how I respond to mostly everything. But you have to understand that we don't live in the jungle any longer. I do not want to live in a constant state of anxiety. If I let you rule, I would always be in fear and react as though everything were a threat. When our species lived in the jungle, you would help me run away from my predator. But now you have me worrying like I would when confronted by a snake in the jungle when I just speak in front of an audience. Nowadays, it's exams and complicated decisions I'm facing. My reactions have to be more carefully tailored. Here, look at this film.
Oh, okay.
The amygdala is a pair of small organs in the brain, each about the size of an almond. The amygdala acts like a thermostat, regulating, among other things, our normal baseline anxiety level. As anxiety levels rise in response to stressors such as bereavement, work stress, or money worries, for example, the amygdala's needle is pushed up to the high anxiety zone. Under normal circumstances, this needle returns to normal after the event. But when the stress or anxiety you experience is relentless, the needle gets stuck at the high anxiety position. It becomes instinctual. The subconscious mind, which controls all the automatic bodily systems, thinks that this new anxiety level is appropriate and normal, but you know consciously that it is not. It is as if the hard drive of your mind has been reprogrammed with new anxious software. With this new anxiety level come sensations and symptoms of anxiety disorder and maybe panic attacks, phobias, and disturbing thoughts. So in order to reverse these changes, you have to reset the needle of your amygdala back to the normal position.
So, you see, Count, I can't let you control me. I need you, yes, but I have developed mind that needs to analyze what you are doing. I need to take cues from you and sometimes rely on you, but I also need to think things through. I determine what my anxiety level should be. I need to be rational and collaborate my responses to this new, complicated world. Here's another film that illustrates.
Threats. But human beings have evolved another part of the brain, the frontal lobes.
This area that you can see here in the front is the orbital frontal region. And the orbital frontal regions are like brakes for the amygdala. If you can think of the amygdala as being the engine for the threat response, the orbital frontal is the brakes.
If Dr. Gur is correct, then a person who is overwhelmed by anger is literally, temporarily insane, until his amygdala can be controlled.
There, we see that I need the developed part of my brain to know when to put the brakes on you, Count Amygdala.
Okay, this is getting me depressed. You see, I know that you need me for avoiding danger. Patients that have a damaged amygdala don't know when to stop. They take big risks. They gamble their money away. Their risks result in ruin. Also, emotion is strongly linked through me. As part of the limbic system, I'm the part of you that can relate to others. I am the part that helps you resonate with another human being on that deep, basic level. Without me, there would be no unions between people. There would be no love. There would be no other F, sexual activity. And emotions are necessary for memory. You remember things because you associate emotion to those things. That is what I do for you.
Okay, Count, don't overreact. Let's think this through. Okay, so clearly I do need you. But you also need me. This is a complicated world and we are far from the jungle existence. You can't know how to best react without me thinking it through. But your motivation is necessary and your emotions are what makes me human.
Ponder.
The fact is, we need each other. I can think through all the complications and you can tell me the emotional response, including fear. But we can agree on when I will override you. We need each other. Together we can navigate this thing called life. How about you make yourself more understandable? I need to recognize when you have set off my emotions. Take off that mask and let's work things out.
I'm going to get over my fear and not flee. I'm going to love this. We agree. Together.
That is it for our interview. Thank you for joining us today on TVGCC. TVGCC is free for all GCC students. All others should send all the money they can to Guam Community College in beautiful downtown Manila. Good afternoon, Guam, and welcome to... Okay, here you go. Go again.
No, just do it again.
Okay. We're broadcasting today from our campus studio in beautiful downtown Manila, Guam. Okay. Again.
Okay, no problem.
I'm just nervous.